Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I am going to do an archetypal energy reading for you, Capricorn. I was going to call you archetype, but maybe that's what you are. Maybe that's where it originated from, Capricorn. But anyway, so I just feel this is one of those, it's like a Sunday and things are just kind of relaxed, and so we'll see what we pull out here for you. Yep, I'm going to start with the archetype deck. I'm going to look into your current and future energy. I'm also going to pull cards from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck to find out kind of like the influence that's going on with your archetype energy. And then I'm going to go into the tarot and I'm going to find out, like, in your current energy, what have you been working on, what have you been healing, what have you been blossoming, or what is getting ready to blossom. And in the future, what will you finish working on? I'm sorry, I'm looking at my little cards here because I like to keep it very on point. What will be healed and what will be ready to harvest? So there is an extended at the end of this. The link is at the top of the description if you were drawn to it. And in the extended, we look at the in-between energy and we kind of look at personal challenges, distractions, and areas to focus on getting from your current to your future. So let's get started, Capricorn. It's one of these days where I feel like my words are almost like inverted. I have sometimes, I'm not actually, mostly when I was younger. Sometimes it happens when I'm older. I don't know if it's a bit of a dyslexia, where sometimes my words are like, well, I would say, like, instead of the grass is green, I would say the green is grass. And things like that. I don't know. I feel like my brain is like that right now. When I want to say Capricorn, the word archetype tries to come out of my mouth. And so bear with me. I'm not sure. It's having one of those days, I guess. Okay. Capricorn, your current and future archetype energy. I'm going to pull out the cards and I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. So we're going to do that. I'm going to pull everything out and I'll show you the cards once it's all out and kind of tell you what it looks like here for your current and your future energies. I really need to get a haircut. I was looking at that thing in the eye. Oh, what is going on? Huh. The elk. Wow, that's interesting. I'm going to say right off the bat, I feel like your current energy, whether that's immediately now or I want to say, when I say current energy, it could be like right now, or it could be a day or two ahead of time, or it could be like a day or two behind. I mean, timing is not exact with tarot, but it kind of feels like you feeling a threat towards a people or animals, someone, yeah. And then moving forward here, like taking leadership, going from a very nurturing energy, being in a very nurturing energy, to protect friendships, animals. I'm kind of with this whole card. I know I said I was going to pull everything out first, but the message is coming out. So it sort of feels like those that are vulnerable. I kind of feel like children, animals, friendships, protecting them from something that could feel aggressive or threatening. Or maybe they feel threatened or aggression towards them. Like, just look at this. Look at how she's holding the little bunny and the crocodile. I mean, it says so much. You're kind of the protective arms for something that feels like it's in danger. Wow. This reminds me so much like when I hold my little dog Lily when there's a thunderstorm. That's exactly what she does. She gets in my arms and she sticks her little head like right, so she wants to be enveloped by your energy, so that the big scary thing can't get her. That feels like. And then over here you have Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine, and you have the elk. This is like some sort of almost cosmic communication, telepathic communication. But it does feel like bringing in leadership energy here. Like big leadership. The elk reminds me kind of like the King of Pentacles. Communicating telepathically. What you doing? To save the little bunnies and the children from the world. From the crocodiles of the world. Funny video. What wasn't funny for the tortoise? There was a tortoise in this video, and a crocodile or alligator, I guess an alligator, was trying to eat him. He couldn't get through the shell, and then he fell out of his mouth. There's like a tortoise like this, and the tortoise is trying to run. It's so slow. But the alligator was such a big, fat, lazy ass. He just laid there. Wasn't going to try to go after the tortoise. I thought, man, he's so lazy and arrogant. He's just waiting for food to come into his mouth. I don't know. You know, like you can't trust a crocodile. I wouldn't trust a crocodile. Very primitive. The dinosaurs, I mean, they're based on consumption and survival. Gosh, I just can't help it. Look at the artwork in that. Like trying to protect this little bunny from this crocodile coming at it. Okay, what have you been working on? The Eight of Swords. Either you're working on it so that you want to feel trapped or to try to release yourself from that. I feel like it's probably that. What have you been healing? The Fool. Interesting the way that was worded. I don't know if there's something you feel foolish about or no. With these two cards here, it feels a lot more like trying to come out of this entrapment and just have some faith in something. Just to kind of take a leap of faith and see where it goes. Be brave, come out of the fire. What is starting to blossom for you? Well, this thing's starting to come in. So your ships are starting to come in. The work that you've put in is paying off. If the ships are not showing up at the dock yet, you're sensing it. But boy, oh boy, this crocodile, I don't know. Okay, so what are you finishing working on in the future? The Four of Cups. So maybe things that feel like missed opportunities, things that have passed you by. Coming to terms with that, or maybe even realizing, I'm just getting this message, that things don't necessarily pass you by. You can always have a new approach, which is interesting, because you have the Fool card and what you've been healing. Now, too, when you do these readings, what you've been healing and what's ready to blossom are not necessarily the same aspects in your life as to what you will finish working on and what will be healed. Like you can have different elements of your life that you're working on. So what will be healed? The Queen of Swords. So being very clear with your communication, cutting something out that perhaps cutting something out that may feel dangerous or toxic with this crocodile. What will be ready for you to harvest? The King of Swords. Wow. I feel like there's some interesting sort of cryptic messages going on here that are beyond just, you know, the placements that I've given for the cards. The Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom. That feels like kind of like this energy. That very nurturing, come to mama, everything will be okay. I'm going to protect you from the big bad crocodile. I want to put that out. I really need to know what this is because it feels like you're trying to protect someone, maybe even something within you that feels vulnerable, or this crocodile gives me the creeps. He really wants that bunny rabbit. You're the protective space. You are currently the protective space, or very soon will be. Or were, not that long ago. So what is this crocodile about? What is this crocodile? It's like eyeing this bunny. This crocodile? Can you tell me about the crocodile? It is. Look at the Seven of Wands. You need to defend somebody against this. It needs to be defended against. It's creepy and it's lurking in the waters and it wants what you're holding. The bunny. It can't get to the bunny as long as you're holding the bunny. Communication with nature spirits. Okay, you have communication with nature spirits right now. And then in the future, revels in intimate union with the divine. And you have the elk. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. I just watched last night. I did a movie night with my son and Lily, my little dog. And we get in our big cuddle chair and watch a movie. And on the Cineplex app, we got the new Jumanji movie came out. So we watched it. And so they have some new talents or abilities, the characters in that movie, that they didn't have in the first one. And the zoologist, he had an ability to talk to animals that he didn't have in the first movie. That's what this feels like. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how it resonates, but who's the bunny? What's going on with the bunny? Like, the bunny needs to be protected. The bunny is scared. Oh my gosh, look at Death and the Queen of Pentacles. That's just said, like, you feel like the Queen of Pentacles. This bunny is coming to you to feel protected. And it's like death is imminent. Just this feeling. I've never pulled cards out so dramatic like this before. I just want to give you a heads up. You might be in a situation where somebody feels threatened. Like, really threatened. And you're the protective space. Be really careful too. I mean, don't put yourself in sort of danger. But obviously, if you can help someone out, these cards feel like a completely different. And maybe that you've been doing this. Maybe there's people in your space that don't feel safe. Like, maybe it's marginalized groups or something. They don't feel safe. They need to be defended from the crocodile. Okay, so what you've been working on is the Eight of Swords, being able to move forward. Maybe something. Okay, if you've been feeling trapped or unable to do what you want or go where you want, or just feeling like, I had a friend who just sent me a message. She wanted to know how things were going. I let her know, and I asked her, of course, and she said, yeah, everything's go day to day. It just feels like one Groundhog Day after another. You know, it can even just be that energy. It doesn't have to be so dramatic, like, I just can't move, I'm trapped, there's no way. It's just like, you know, yep. I even looked at the calendar yesterday, and I thought tomorrow was my Pisces friend's birthday. I thought, oh no. And my son said, it's not that yet, Mom. I said, no? Oh, I'm like a whole week ahead of myself. Because I don't know what day of the month it is anymore. I kind of know if it's a weekend or a weekday because he's going to school, but that's it. So this Eight of Swords could be something like that. Like, it just, Groundhog Day, one after another, one after another. But it's a little bit like something happening here. Like some sort of change with this child nature. Maybe feeling trapped in how you can help others. But with this Fool card and the Three of Wands, it does make me feel like something will happen to stop this feeling of being trapped. The Fool card. The Fool card. The Ace of Wands and the Emperor. Wow, like really empowering energy. Going off in a, you know what, maybe taking an unusual route. A very inspired and unusual route towards really solid success and leadership. The Queen of Pentacles here twice. You're the nurturing body. You're the protective, like the comfort, the safe haven. Maybe you're not able to protect or help others the way you would like to, but that's going to change. Or it's in the process of changing. It's what it feels like. It's in the process. It's the current energy in the process of changing. What is starting to blossom is the Three of Wands. The work that you've put in is about to pay off. The Two of Wands and the Seven of Cups. But how this comes in is probably not something that you could see or predict. because it's an unusual way. It's an unconventional way to get to something that's kind of very conventional. And it is starting to play out for you. But it does very much have something to do with you being the protective element here. You being the protector. And over here. So let's move this down. Now this is where it reminds me of like that Jumanji, where the zoologist all of a sudden had the ability to speak to the animals, because communication with nature spirits, and then like delving deeper into connection with the divine. And then you have this elk, and this elk to me is one of the most powerful animal spirits in the forest. He is able to harness the cycles of the sun and the moon, and the eclipse is a very prominent point of energetic, like cycle strengthening. I mean, I can't help but feel that in some way, your divine communication, an unconventional way to get to a conventional result. It's going to sound funny, but I kind of feel like somehow animals will talk to you, or like even their body language, something. And it's going to open something up for you here in the future. This mystic, the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, geez, that's an awful lot. Well, okay. I'm going to go, there's a 10 of, it doesn't, I don't know. Then these cards aren't talking to me. You got the 10 of Pentacles. I have to say, the cards feel funny on the table today. I don't know what it is. Like they got little jumping beans in them. Okay, the Mystic, we have the 10 of Pentacles with the Mystic. The Queen of Swords. See, the Queen of Swords is already out. What will be healed? Oh, I really need a haircut. What will be healed? The Queen of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Something. There could be even a place that you work, or it could be your home or a community space where there's definitely a sense of like something needed to be protected here. The elk? The elk. What is the elk in this? It's almost as if it's communicating with you. The Magician. It's manifesting something. Yeah, like you're manifesting through nature, with nature. The Tower. Yeah, I know. It does seem unbelievable, doesn't it? The message is with them. Oh, I didn't know that many. Wow, those many cards flipped over. Well, that's really interesting. This, okay. The elk has the Magician, the Tower, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So moving into the future, whether this has something to do with the current energy or not, or it's something completely outside of another element of your life, but it does feel to me a little bit connected with communication with nature spirits, and then intimate union with the divine. This could even be moving towards an intimate union through the divine, because you have the King and Queen of Swords here. And then there's something happened here, and there was a big disruption when things were moving forward and it seemed really good. There's like the Three of Swords, and then we're almost like we're back from base one, which is the Page of Cups, into the Three of Pentacles. Just trying to kind of bring something together to work here. What you finish working on is the Four of Cups. Or the King of Cups. So yeah, like if something was a missed opportunity, you're kind of like bringing all that feeling and emotion in, and being really strong with it. Using your intuition. The Queen of Swords will be healed, and what will be ready to harvest is the King of Swords. Tell me about this Queen and King of Swords. This Queen and King of Swords. It's been a very slow, methodical process that's involved a lot of healing and some sort of very big burden that sits between these two energies that needs to be released. And there's no feelings or emotions here. That's what's interesting. But because we're talking about like divine connection, and even this to me feels like sort of harnessing some sort of unseen energy, whether it's telepathy, a sixth sense. I could see that with the King and Queen of Swords, like something very clear in the ethereal. Which is interesting because you have the octopus at the bottom. And there can be an awful lot going on inside the octopus's mind. Like you can see, it's all lit up. The octopus is all lit up in the mind, in the head. And sometimes there's so much going on that the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. I'm trying to wrap this up for you. It's a very unconventional way to get to a conventional ending here. You are, like, just to wrap this up, you are somehow a protective element on some level for either, I just feel like the vulnerable. It could be friendships. It could be protecting a friendship from something that might be threatening it. It could even be animals or children. You have a special ability to communicate with nature spirits. That keeps coming in here for me. And that's going to be very personal, however that plays out for you. And now I feel like even something happening that's kind of unconventional, that pushes you out of a period of time or a cycle where you feel kind of trapped, you can't move, or you're just experiencing like Groundhog Day, day after day after day after day after day. And then this unconventional, the Fool card energy comes in with the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. So it's an unconventional, and maybe it has something to do with needing to protect something, like almost like just going out to the store and like a child comes running up to you and says, help me, there's a strange man trying to take me. So you put the kid in your car or whatever. I'm not saying to put, you have to be so careful. But you go to the police station. So you've rescued someone who may have been in imminent danger, but, and this is very dramatic. It may not be that dramatic, but imminent danger, and you were the protective element, and you saved them from this. And then you go to the police station and you meet someone. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's kind of a very unconventional way of getting to something that's conventional here. It's very solid energy with the Emperor. And it could be, like, maybe it's the police chief. I don't know what it is. But it gets things going again for you. Maybe people interview you. Maybe you meet the parents of this child. And then you have the Three of Wands. So the ships are going to come in. Like, things are paying off. But things don't start to move for you until something unusual happens. And you can't predict it. And I'm feeling like with this, with the Two of Wands and the Seven of Cups, we could imagine all we want about how this is going to play out, but we won't really know. You're like, it's going to be different for many people. And it is really an odd conundrum of events that occur or about to occur for you on some level here. And then moving into the future, I find your future energy more unusual and difficult to really hang on to here for me. Whatever, on some level, I feel like there's kind of a divine union between two people. But I'm not getting a lot of feeling and emotion out of it. Like, really none at all. There isn't any. The only thing that comes close to any feeling and emotion in the future is what will you finish working on? And this is feeling like missed opportunities. But then really being really comfortable in your emotions and your feelings again. And maybe that has something to do with kind of finally coming out of Groundhog Day and I'm not in my head anymore about stupid things or things of doing, like, I don't know. Something shifts here for you in the future and you do move forward with clarity. There's some sort of clarity and truth. You're definitely going to jive with this energy, with this Queen and King of Swords. Communication is very similar. It's understood. It's clear. It's healing. It's a slow process. And it helps release burdens. And just the elk to me is a bit like an emperor energy. So it may have something to do with this connection that occurs kind of coming into your current energy. And how it plays out into the future. It continues to revels in intimate union with the divine. And maybe brings you into this space. What will be healed? The Queen of Swords. And then here she is again with revels in intimate union with the divine, the mystic, and the Ten of Pentacles. You may find almost like a community or a group that you really grow with, that you really couldn't have planned for yourself if you hadn't gone out to the store and this event kind of occurred and all of a sudden you're just following what needs to be done and you're doing it and you're taking action and making quick decisions. Yeah, the elk has been manifesting something. The elk was manifesting, and then there was a tower moment with the Knight of Wands and the Three of Swords. Like, this could be someone outside of you that you've never even met yet. And it's kind of like a backstory to this energy. So having a lot of desire to move forward, but being stopped on an emotional level. Head and mind are not coming into play here. Like, I don't know, you're going to keep going with this dramatic story of saving this child from a kidnapper, taking them to the police station. Yeah, perhaps, like, I don't know, maybe this person that you're going to run into has been trying to manifest someone like you. I don't know. It kind of feels like trying to, whoa, like almost kind of meeting you and thinking, holy crap, what you did was really brave. Like, I don't know how this, I can't get the details in. Of course, it's an energy reading, and they're really excited about this, but their head and their heart are completely in conflict because maybe, well, I can't do this. I mean, I have to interview this person and I can't. But then there's maybe some sort of an offer to work together. Maybe you could start a community watch program in your neighborhood. Or, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like really, it's one of those readings where I feel like people are going to say, I don't understand it, Cindy. I think, well, I don't totally understand it either. I'm reading the cards and I'm telling you what they tell me. I do want to say that the current energy is so thick with clarity, like it's layered on for me, and it is unusual. But that's what it is. It's coming into the future is a little bit wishy-washy still. But we're being told that what's starting to blossom is a little bit wishy-washy. You know, it's still kind of foggy. You don't know how this is going to play out. What's at the bottom here? We have the Five of Wands. And that's it. The Five of Wands. Like some sort of a conflict, internal turmoil. Phew, I don't know. You're going to save somebody. You're going to be the rescuer. You're going to be the hero in the story. Or you're going to be the zoologist in Jumanji. You're going to talk to the animals. I'm going to move. Oh, no, I'm going to move this way because I'm going to do the in-between now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the in-between between this current and future energy and see what happens. So if I see you at the extended, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you there. If not, I do look forward to seeing you here next time. Until then, do be gentle with yourselves, Capricorn. Bye.